Okay, we're starting with a little bit of Blackbird. This is a little bit of a primer, and by that I mean I'm just going to show you some of the basic concepts before we actually learn the tune. I'm going to start with the G chord, but the great thing about doing fingerstyle, if I do fingerstyle, I don't have to strum all the notes. See, if I strum, I got to hit all the notes. But if I do fingerstyle, I might just hit pinch, fing, and this whole thing we're going to be doing pinch between the thumb and the two, and then fing. Fing is almost always, not almost, always going to be the open G string. This is 50% of the song right here, just G. So I'm going to go pinch, fing, pinch, fing. Now if I strummed it, I'd have to play the whole chord. But it'll sound weird if I don't play the whole chord. But if I just finger pick it, I don't need those other notes. I can play it like this. Not so good with my elbow. Yeah, I can do it with my elbow. See? Cool. So all I need is just this G, and use 3 so your other fingers are ready to go in position. Now I do A minor, and once again, I don't need to do the whole A minor or that whole A minor 7th, because I'm going to use that open G string. I'm going to use what I call one finger A minor chord. Cool. Now here I'm going to do 2-4. Now I want to do 1-4 or 1-3, use my stronger finger. Hang on just a second so I can understand this. But I want to do, my one finger is already busy right here, so I'm going to use 2-4 so I can get that a little quicker. See? I use 3 and then 1 and then 2-4. If I use 1 here, I have to move too much. That's too much movement. Whereas if I do this, I can just lay that birdie's just right here. And then 2-4. Cool. Then I'm going to jack it all the way up to 10 and 12. And that should be right where if you have a non-cutaway, right where your guitar meets your neck, your body. And once again, I've got that open G string, right? So this is G. Cool. Now I'm going to take a little primer here. Check this out. Here's G, F sharp, E, D, C, B, A, G. 10, 9, 7, 5, 3, 2, open, bottom string. We're the first and the last chord are the only ones that use this bottom string. Everything else, except for 1, is going to use the 5th string. So if I put a little harmonize to this, I'm going to call this a big one. Now that's a G major. Cool. Then I go to the F sharp and make a little one. Then I go to the E on the 7th fret and make a little one. The 5 and make a big one. 3 and make a big one. 2 and make a little one. Now, when I came up the scale, I did this 2-4, and now I'm doing 1-4. Well, we're going to have to learn how to play it all different ways. And then a little one on A minor, and then G. So we could just practice doing this stuff to it. So I'm just practicing this. The only time I use the 6th string is on the 1st and last chord. Everything else is the 5th string. But these guys, with the pinch and the fing, stay the same places. Cool. I'll be white, black. Alright, so we're moving on. We learned our basic shapes. We learned the basic open chords. We're just sort of playing 2-note chords. And we learned what I call big ones and little ones. Here's a C. That note is C. That's C major. A little one's going to be a minor chord. So this is C major, and this is C minor. This is D major, and this is E minor. E is 7, D, and C. C, D, E. E minor, D major, C major, which are all chords in the key of G. But not unfortunately, this sounds real pretty because it fits the scale. There ain't no stank on it. There ain't no blues. There ain't no jazz on it. So what I'm going to do is put in a passing tone. Alright? And then I'm going to go back down with it too. So I'm going to put this passing tone from a big one, 5th string here, 2nd string here, open string here. And then I put the 2 in the bass, and I'm going to have to hustle my 1st finger all the way up to here. And now my pinching's a little bit bigger because I'm pinching the tippy top string. Cool? But my 1st finger still comes back to that open G because that's half the song. I think you're on the wrong fret there. And then D major, right? So it's a D at the 5th fret, big one, and then I put my birdie down, hustle my first finger, right? So it's a D sharp there in the bass, and then E minor. And I do this one twice. E minor, little one. Make sure it's a little one, yeah. That's 7. And we're back to our our second string. And then make it a big one, so that's an E flat major. Do that twice. Do the D chord once. And then I go down to the passing chord. So this time I went 1, and instead of going up to the passing chord, 1, I go down, so I have to actually shift back down to here, stretch it out. Cool. C major. Now before I had done this chromatic lick, right, where I'm working on this bass line up and down. Sorry, I went a little too far there. Now, in this part of the song, I'm going to take the lead. It's going to do a chromatic line. It's just going to go down from E to E flat to D flat to C to B. And I'm going to do it on a C biggin, major, minor, cool, B minor, or later on we're really going to call this a G with a B in the bass, but we don't know that yet. A7 just with one note. And now a screwed up, this is really a D chord, it's a C chord with a D in the bass. And it's just D, G, and C. Just the 4th string, 3rd string. Hang on just a second. And this is the only chord that uses the 4th string in the bass. It's the second to last chord, and then it resolves to G. Cool. So let me do this whole thing nice and slow. Now this isn't quite the rhythm yet, but this is just the left hand exercise, and a little bit, obviously, some right hand. But it's all pinch fing. 4 times. That's just the intro. Now I start the song. Blackbird singing in the day. 4 times. 2, 3, 4. To C, passing. D, passing. E minor, twice. Bigger, twice. D once, passing once. C, twice. Minor. Whole thing. And then there'd be a tag. That tag was C once, B minor once, so I just go straight to there, make it small. A twice, D, it's a messed up D, it's not really D, but D, C, it's a C with a D in the bass. Or a D sus, really is what it's called, D7 sus. Cool. But that's not how the song really goes. But usually I let people spend 1 week just getting the left hand, and usually I don't do this for another 6 or 7 months anyhow, so. Now really, yeah, make sure you're getting those fingerings right. Here I do 2-4, only on this one, because my first finger's busy, and then I switch it out to 1-4. Then I'm 1-4 the whole way. Even on the little ones I'm 1-4, so when the big ones get there. Tag. One thing you won't notice about this song, unless you teach it, because see, I just learn songs. I don't write them out. I don't have to. I learn songs by ear. If I can hear the song, I can play the song. So I've been playing this song since I was, 14 or 15. The wrong way, not the right way that I play it now, but I had my own little version of it. But I never thought of this before, about how this song is really jumps time all the plays. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. It starts out with a measure of 3-4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's weird, but it's so natural. See, a great songwriter, you don't hear that he skipped a beat, that he's only doing a measure of 3-4 and then he's into 4-4, because it sounds like the song's supposed to go that way, because he's a great songwriter, Paul McCartney. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1. That was a measure of 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So there's a measure of 3, 2, 3, 1. And then a measure of 2 coming up in a bit. right here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That's way too fast for blackbird. It's not supposed to be that fast. But I started putting in the boompa chickas. Boom chicka, boompa chicka, boom chicka, boompa chicka. So let me explain this real quick. I'm going to go up and get this G chord. I'm going to go pinch. Now I can, so pinch is just a quarter note. This is going to be 1 all by itself, just pinch. Now I can use my finger as a pick. I can do downstrokes and I can do upstrokes. Right. Just one finger. I'm going to call this down and this up. Right? Makes sense? Down, up. I'm going to go pinch. So pinch, thump, thump. Pinch, down, up. Pinch, down, up. Pinch, down, up. 1, 2, and a quarter note, and then 8 notes. Let's make our big one up here at 10th fret.
What do you pinch?
Well, let's make our big one up at 10th fret. Oh, first finger on the 10th fret. Your other first finger. I get paid to be a jerk. Your first finger on the G. First finger. Your other first finger. Then the pinky here. From now on, I'm going to call this high G. Because this is a G chord and it's high. This is the low G and this is high G. Okay? So the first thing we want to do is I really only want to hear these 3 strings. The bass note, the open G, and then my pinky note. So I don't want to hear all this other stuff. So the first thing is just to get a little control with this hand. See, I can strum all these notes and I only hear those because this guy is very, very sneaky. It's what I call controlled sloppiness. My first finger is kind of muting out the open D string. Check this out. See how sloppy my first finger is? Kind of muting that out. So I'm not letting him ring open. Okay, I'll take that. Cool. Boom, chicka, boompa, chick. All right, here's the, you sound stupid. Say, boom, chicka, boompa, chick. Boom, chicka, boompa, chick. Boom, chicka, boompa, chick. What I like about saying these silly syllables is that A, you feel as stupid as I do, and B, boom is the bass. Boom. A boom. Chick is the snare drum. Boom. Chicka. Chick.
How you do chica?
Boom. So the see, that's why I love making people say this stuff. Boom is going to be the pinch, but boom is basically the thumb note too. So pinch, then I go down up, and that's with my thing. Ah. This is why we don't do this until the second week. You know, this first week I just make you do the, but I'm going to go ahead and put this on here anyhow. So, and it's just a little finger. We do this. And try to go from your, this is an important part about finger style, by the way. Try to go from your knuckle. Watch this. Try to go from your knuckle, not from here. This is real plinky. Listen to this sound. This is plinky, because I'm sort of snapping the string like a banjo or something. If you get your finger to be a little straighter, it's a better sound. Yeah, absolutely. And the less you move, the more control you're going to have. Cool? But now do your finger up and down, or down, up, down, up, down, up, chicka, chicka. That's a chicka. Just finger. Now I'm going to go boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, chicka. Pinch, down, up, pinch, down, pinch. Cool. And that's the first half. That's boom, chicka. Remember, this isn't even going to be due for 2 more weeks.
Sorry,
Okay?
it sounds like, you know, in the bad movies when someone just learn how to play
Yeah.
violin or something. Driving neighborhoods
Right?
crazy.
Yeah. Welcome to my life. So here is pinch, down, up. Then I'm going to hit the thumb by itself. Thumb. And then I'm going to go thumb, up, down. 3, up, down. Thumb, up, down. 3 and 4. We're going to go thumb, up with your finger, thumb, up, down. And then down with your finger, thumb, up, down. Thumb, up, down. Thumb, up, down. Thumb, up, down. Look how little my thumb moves. See my thumb's right there? You're sort of taking your hand a little bit further off the guitar where my thumb's moving. Probably too much. Cool. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Can you say that? 1, 2, and 3, and 4.
1, 2, and 3, and 4.
1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So I've taken away the eighth of the 1. The 1's just by itself. Thus the boom, 1, and then 2 and is down, up. 1, 2, and. Then the second half of the rhythm is kind of the opposite. It's 3 and 4, 3 and 4. It's the 4 is by itself. So it's going to go with 3 and. Thumb up, down. Thumb up, down. Thumb up, down. So you want to do pinch, down, up, thumb up, down. Pinch, thumb up, down. Pinch, down, up, thumb up, down. Pinch, down, up, thumb. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Boom, chicka, boompa, chick, boom, chick, boom, chick, boom, chicka, boompa, chick, boom, chicka, boompa, chick. I'm just introducing this today. This is not for the test next week. The test next week is just the left hand. Here you do it 4 times. Okay? 2 times of this, 1 and 2 and, equal 1 boom chicka boompa chick. Cool. Because it turns out these are eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and. These are 16th notes. 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and. Is that double as fast? Does that make sense to you? You know what 8 notes and 16th notes are. 1 and 2 and 3 and boom chicka boompa chick, boom chicka boompa chick. We're not ready to do that yet. So you're gonna just do this just do the pinch thing 4 times. And that'll take the place of 2 boompa chickas. Then you gotta go to C. All once, now twice. Boom, chicka, boompa, chick. So you don't know how to do that yet. So you're just gonna go pinch, fing, pinch, fing, pinch, fing, pinch, fing. Once, twice, 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 twice. Change your bass note, twice. Tag, once, twice, twice, G. Once, 4 times. I skipped the intro because we're not on the intro anymore. Twice, once, twice, nice, thrice, doble, once. And then I think the second time they don't need to do the tag.